Welcome back. Let's turn our attention to commodity markets. Manisha is here with us in the studio. Hi.
Hi, and thank you so much for that. Well, I'm looking at metals as a sector because we're looking at a very mixed month of June, and there have been some positives as well, like China cutting interest rates and some of the economic data actually coming in slightly on the better side, including the US GDP numbers as well, and that has been supportive. The markets also have been taking support from the fact that you have seen inventories continue to decline, but even as we have seen consolidation, and even as most analysts would tell you that bottom perhaps is in place right now, the street is still waiting for China's more stimulus, stronger stimulus to support the manufacturing sector, the automobiles and the real estate as well. And until that happens, you will continue to see a very mixed trend coming in for the metal prices. Another number that was slightly disappointing was the new yuan loans at 1.3 trillion for the month of May. Estimates were 1.6 trillion, and that continues to weigh on as well for many of those base metal prices there. The markets in the meanwhile are looking at the higher rates from central banks. There has been a downward revision for the Chinese GDP numbers as well, and forecast in sense of growth, and that continues to weigh onto the market too. In the meanwhile, you have the LME and the COMEX inventories, which are trading at a multi-year lows. And every day, any day that you see some positives coming in, markets start to latch onto this thing. Multi-year lows in sense of inventories. Zinc, if you look at that, the cost of production and the prices ruling into the markets are not too far away from that. Copper has seen nearly 10% of decline from its Jan highs. There are rains that have hit mining operations in Chile. And in Peru as well, we have seen new regulatory measures come in. So the mining is really not profitable anymore. So these are some of the concerns that are supporting metal prices in the street right now. If you look at the month of June, then the best of the moves or the gains have come in for the ferrous metals. So steel and iron ore should be on your screen because 6 to 7% of strength is what we have seen in the month of June. And copper is the best performing metal when you look at the base metals there. Almost 8% of gains coming in right now. But even with that, as I said, it's 12 to 15% down from its Jan highs. Not so much the case for the other metals. Zinc has been an underperformer. We've seen oversold positions is the reason it's trading 1.5% on the higher side, but not much to write home about when it comes to aluminum and nickel. We are closing month of June in the negative for this one, 3 to 4.5% of declines, as you can see for the current month.
All right, Manisha, thanks very much for that. That's commodities in focus. Well.